Hello! Today's video is going to be all about everything you need to know before getting your first boyfriend. I am so excited for this because I think you're going to really find this video helpful, especially if you're in middle school, high school, whatever, and you think you're ready for a boyfriend, but you're just not sure yet. I just want to give you some tips and prepare you for what is about to happen. So if you're ready for that, let's get right into the video. First off, I do want to say, if you end up liking this video and you want to see more videos like this, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to my channel because I post videos like these on my channel all the time. Also, over on TikTok, I post about 2 videos a day and my content is geared toward middle schoolers, high schoolers. So if you're interested in any of that, make sure you go follow me on TikTok after this. So without further ado, let's just get right into tip number 1. So my very first tip is, this is kind of counterintuitive, but that is, you actually don't need a boyfriend. You know, I know when we're younger, like all of our friends are getting their first boyfriends and it's like, I'm the only one who doesn't have a boyfriend. It can kind of, I don't know, get to feeling a little lonely. So the first thing I want to just tell you is, seriously, like, you don't need a boyfriend. There's a difference between want and need. A boyfriend is in the category of want. You don't need a guy to make you happy. Don't feel pressured to date. If you think you're ready to date and if you are ready for a boyfriend, then that's okay. It's okay to go date. But don't go and get a boyfriend just so you can fit in. Make sure you date someone because you really like them. So just want to throw that out there. Tip number 2, when you get a boyfriend, you're gonna want to spend a lot of time with them, and if you're not with them, you're gonna want to spend a lot of time texting them. So just keep that in mind. So if you're a very busy person, and if you really want to make sure you're focused on school, it might be hard to balance a relationship and friendships with your friends and schoolwork and whatever activity that you are involved in. So my biggest advice is, make sure you focus on what's important. So if it is really important to you to have good grades, make sure you're not spending so much time with a guy and spending so much time FaceTiming and whatnot to where you forget to do your schoolwork. You need to be better at time managing in order to balance both of those things out. So in conclusion, having a boyfriend can be very time consuming. Number 3, this one is gonna sound a little weird until I explain it further, but that is, you're gonna all of a sudden have someone else controlling your feelings. Okay, so what do I mean by that? So before getting a boyfriend, you know, most of the time you're in control of your feelings. But when you get a boyfriend, all of a sudden there's gonna be something that another person does that's gonna really affect you. So say you get a boyfriend and all of a sudden he's ignoring you and he's not texting you as much, or he's not wanting to hang out with you as much. It's gonna be really hard for you to all of a sudden just be okay with that. He's gonna have a lot of control over how you feel. That person can slowly start making you feel like you're not pretty enough, you're not good enough, and if the guy does not treat you with respect, it can get very easy to get very wrapped up around how you can be better so that he won't break up with you, and all of a sudden you're not really in control of your feelings because someone else is doing things to control your emotions. So before you even enter a relationship, just be aware of that. Guys can make you do crazy things, so make sure you're mature enough to be able to handle your emotions before you enter a relationship. Number 4, this one is a little depressing, and I don't want to say it, but think of me as your big sister. You know, I'm your big sister who's going to give you advice, and sometimes some of those advice are things you just don't really want to hear, but you need to hear. So that being said, the second tip I have for you before you enter a relationship is, know that you can quite possibly get heartbroken because of this relationship. So most of us do not end up, marrying the guy we started dating as a teen, which means there are going to be multiple heartbreaks that we are going to have to go through in life. So if you choose to start dating at a young age, that means the more heartbreaks you're probably gonna go through. So if you choose to guard your heart and you decide not to get into a relationship just yet, that is a less heartbreak you have to go through. So before you get a boyfriend, I know it can be really easy to look at, all the good sides of it, but realize that it could end up leaving you with a broken heart, and broken hearts are just no fun. It's no fun to be crying over a guy. It's no fun to go through a breakup. But that being said, you can look at it in a positive way. You can learn how to deal with heartbreaks, and you can learn a lot through relationships. And so if a relationship doesn't work out for some reason, at least you'll know what to look for in the next guy. So being in a relationship as a teen is not necessarily a bad thing, but just make sure that you are prepared for the negative sides of it all, and make sure you are mature enough to be able to handle the pain. Okay, tip number 5. I'm a little hesitant to say this because I don't want to encourage you necessarily to go find a boyfriend, but being in a relationship can be fun. So I want you to know that. I want you to know that before you enter a relationship. A relationship does not have to be this really hard thing where every day you're fighting. It doesn't have to be this thing where you're always upset at the guy because he's not chatting you back, or he's ignoring you all the time or whatnot. It doesn't have to be like that. A relationship can be so much fun. It should be like having a best friend that is there to, be there for you no matter what. So just think about that. If you find yourself in a relationship and it's just not fun anymore, and you are spending more time being mad at the guy than you are having fun with the guy, it's probably a good time to just cut that out. Does not mean you should go date a new guy every week. That's not mature. It's not okay. But I do want you to know, it's supposed to be fun. You're not supposed to be depressed and upset all the time. Relationships are supposed to be fun. Okay, so this very last tip I have for you is really important. So if you've been kind of zoning out, make sure you tune back in because you're going to want to hear this one. So the very last advice I have for you is don't ever change who you are for a guy. It can be really tempting to change yourself so you can attract your crush and so you can get your crush to like you back. But if you have to be someone different in order to be liked by that guy, it's not going to be worth it. Go find someone who likes you for you. Don't change yourself for a person. With that, I also want to say, don't ever do anything that makes you feel uncomfortable in hopes of keeping that guy around. One thing I want you to know before you enter a relationship is there are going to be times where you might be in situations, you might feel uncomfortable, and it's okay to say no. If you don't feel comfortable kissing and the guy wants to kiss you, it's okay to say no. It's okay to be yourself and have your own beliefs and be confident in your own beliefs. Don't ever try to change yourself just so you can get a boyfriend. It's so not worth it. I know that as a teen, especially in middle school and high school, a lot of times we see a certain type of people attracting all the guys. We see a certain type of girls, that all the guys go after. And so looking at that, it can be easy to think, man, I just need to look like her, act like her, and then maybe I'll get the guys. But don't do that, because it's not worth it. And you have to remember, there are so many people out there in this world. Just because there is not a guy at your school that likes you for you, it doesn't mean there's no guy at all on this earth that's never gonna like you for you. Yes, maybe there are guys at your school that only like certain types of girls, but it doesn't mean that's your fault and that you need to change yourself. No, there are people out there in this world that are gonna love you for you. So don't ever, ever, ever change yourself to get a boyfriend. So yeah, that is all I got for you. If you ever have any questions or want to talk to me, you can always DM me over on Instagram. If you want me to make more videos like this, you can comment down below. Let me know, ask me more questions that I can make videos on. I just want to help you in any way that I can. Also, like I said earlier, I do post a lot of TikToks on topics like this, so make sure you follow me over on TikTok for more content like this. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friend, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. But until next time, bye!